Hello, Scorpio. I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the week of the 16th of August 2021. I hope you're doing well. Scorpio, be sure to check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign for a complete picture of the energies that you've got going on based on your personal chart. I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to have more energy, Scorpio energy in there. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below down there. And there's also one up there for some people as well. Let's find out what energies you Scorpios have got going on this week. Past lives. Oh, past life energy. I'm intrigued all of a sudden. Could be someone new coming into your life and you're like, very familiar, what's going on here? Or it could be a conflict with someone and it's like, why is there always drama around you? Because it's a past life thing. Oh no, it's playful. Playful week for you. Could be someone new coming in. This could be like someone you're working with. Just like a lot of fun. It could be a new lover person coming in as well. A lot of fun. It's because I don't know, you might have been siblings with this person in a past life and you're fun together straight away. Because of a past life. Because of you being siblings in a past life is what I'm hearing. And so you just naturally fall into this have fun together, play together kind of vibe. It's really nice energies. You got the Queen of Swords here, so cutting out some of the BS. Cutting something out, drawing up boundaries, that kind of thing. You've got the Two of Wands here. Making a decision of what to take action on. Okay. Seven of Swords, some deception going on here. Let's get one more out. That one, not these ones. Okay, and the Five of Cups here. Focused on what you're losing instead of focusing on what you're gaining from something. So try not to stay in the negative in your mindset there. You could be missing what you can gain from a certain situation. Okay, tell us about this then. What is this all about? Queen of Swords. So you're having to draw up boundaries and say no to someone or something. Now this could be about seriousness as well. You know, if you've got like a new friend coming into your life, very playful, and then your boss or your partner is going, stop having so much fun with that person. This could be Queen of Swords drawing up a boundary to them. And it's something about in your emotions here, the moon, being in your emotions. Someone could be telling you, what are you doing messing around with that person? And you're like, I don't know, but I'm having fun. Or you've got something against my fun and my happiness. It could be something like that. Something could be making other people feel emotional, and they in turn could be making you feel emotional about it and piling their insecurities onto you. It could be something like that. And you need to cut that out. In other words, say, no, this is my happiness. If this is making you feel insecure, you deal with that. That's your problem. This is my happiness. Don't you want me to be happy? Don't you love me? What's behind that? Divine timing. It's a shake up. So, right, what is this about? Someone new coming into your life, it's fun straight away because you've got a past life with them. Of course, you want to have a relationship with this person. It's not necessarily a romantic relationship, it could be for some of you, but it might be causing a trigger. It might be pressing a button, an insecure button in someone, boss, colleagues, friends. Yeah, a previous best friend could be like, what are you doing about it? You know, it's their insecurities. And so you're going to need to draw up a boundary about that, about the emotional reactions, and it's good timing to do that. So you could have been ignoring the red flags in your best friend or whatever. Your friend comes along and then they just turn into a real bitch about it. And you're like, hey, deal with your insecurities. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm allowed to have two friends, you know. It could be something like that. Or a partner saying, just getting jealous about it. And you say, no, it's just a friendship and I'm good. I'm like, it's making me happy. Of course, if this is a past life relationship, so people are going to be more triggered than ever because there's a strong bond there and it's fast. So what's this? Two of Wands, you need to make a decision on what action to take. Do you continue with this fun friendship? Or, even though it's triggering those people around you, or do you hide it? I don't understand why you wouldn't. Look, you're just indecisive, undecided about this. Two of wands and the two of voices. You don't know what to do. Do you put yourself first? Do you back the insecurities back to them and say, hey, that's your shit, not my responsibility. I'm going to have fun. If that's triggering to you, you go to the therapist and sort that out. That's not mine to take. Or is this talking about, Scorpio, you kind of having a romantic thing with this person, your partner, going, hey, what's going on here? This is like crossing the boundaries of our relationship and you deciding on that. Or whatever. Oh, look, this was out with it too. Reciprocity. Well, that makes it even more difficult, right? Especially if this is someone that you're kind of warming up to romantically and you're already in a relationship or dating someone else and they could be, this person's more reciprocal. Well, they're giving you joy. It's tricky. It's a dilemma, isn't it? Maybe you're not receiving much from your current best friend or your current lover, and you're getting a lot from this person. Will that continue into the future, though? There's a lot of unknowns about this. No wonder the moon came out. There was a lot of unknowns about it. Moving yourself into balance. So this could be an opportunity to move yourself into balance. In other words, there could be a little joyful person coming into your life, and then you've got to clear up your environment. It's like, well, what's detracting from this joy in my life? Let me find the lowest vibration thing in my life and get rid of that, drawing up a boundary. I would say this week, you're going to get a lot of information through this week, and I would say take your time with it, deciphering what it is that you need to do here. Because if you're impetuous and if you like take risks and you just like leap without looking, kind of a person, then you might just go, oh, well, to hell with the old person. I'm just going to go for this because it feels so good. You could do that. There does seem to be a lot of joy coming through this one, but is that going to be short-lived? Is that an impetuous thing? Is that, you've got to decide yourself. Has someone been in it in the long term with you and providing that long-term stability? Is this just fleeting joy? You've got to decide that yourself. I can't tell you in a reading. I might be able to tell you in a private reading. Seven of Swords, there's some deception here. You see, there's some deception. Red flag in this reading already. There's some deception. What's the deception? Page of Inspiration. It's very youthful energy. Like I said, siblings in a past life. It's going to feel very different. It's not necessarily someone that can be an adult with you, though, just because you have that joint shared energy of that playfulness. Be careful of that, especially if it's you thinking you want to switch a romantic connection from your old person to this new person. Page of Inspiration. It's exciting, but it's very childish. It's like cartoony. See how cartoony this card is? You might be deceiving yourself, but you might not be either. Think about this movement into balance card that came out. Was your life in balance before this person came in? Or was it getting really dull and boring? Was there not much joy in your life? Maybe joy is coming into your life now for you to bring in that balance. Totally up to you. But also know that this energy, it is a young energy. You don't have to be a young person, but when you get together, when you meet someone like that, and it doesn't matter how old you are, like I can be a 50-year-old, and then I get together with my friend's son, who's like 5, he was 4, no, he's 5. I get together with him. I turn into this little kid. We end up fighting with each other all the time. And I just cannot help it. Like that is an exact example of this. Whenever I'm together with his son, I just turn into a 5-year-old and we end up fighting. And it's fun, but it's fun fighting. And it's that kind of thing now. Of course, he's 5 years old, so it's not a romantic partner, but there's a very strong connection there. But it's very youthful, and it's not necessarily If it's someone in an adult body and you're just really silly with them, it's not necessarily something that you want to lock in for the long term. That energy might just be a gift for you to find more balance. This energy this week for Scorpio has got an underlying element of a midlife crisis, of when someone is getting a little bit bored with their life, and then a new exciting thing comes along and they buy a sports car. Are you going to buy the sports car? Or are you going to see it as a sign that you need more of that energy in your life? Sports car energy in your life, younger kind of fun energy in your life. There's a balance. There's a balance to be had. You're going to have to make this decision yourself, like I said. Don't go for reading. But yeah, there's a deception here. It's also got that energy of this deception. It's like overly positive to the point of silliness, law of attraction kind of teachings. It's got an element of that too. Are you being like too rosy tinted, spectacle, wishing that something can be all fantasy? Balance, balance, balance. Move yourself into balance. It's divine timing for this to come in, though. So for some of you, you needed a shake up. And duality, maybe this is it, right? Because duality, what's that about? Well, it's about opposites, isn't it? It's black and it's white. So if your life has been getting so boring, which is the midlife crisis thing, isn't it? It's when we've got so boring that then you decide to go out with, you like chuck in your marriage and go out with a 21-year-old even though you're 50. It's that kind of thing. The duality, so you go from black to white. So Scorpio, have you let your life get so out of balance in one area that when you get a hint of something, the other extreme, you're going like, yeah, I want all white because my life has been all black. That's not what you want. You want balance. But whatever's happening this week, Scorpio, could be highlighting to you what has been so imbalanced in your life, and it's not necessarily that you should choose the opposite of it, is what I'm saying here. So just be careful. You might be deceiving yourself, but you might be well, oh yeah. So this is like focusing on what you're losing instead of what you're gaining. Now, this makes this into a positive card in this situation, doesn't it? So be careful of what you're going to lose. You could be very focused on what there is to gain. You're like, oh yeah, 21-year-olds go out with, woo, a lot of fun. But what are you going to lose? All that stability that you've built up. Don't you want both those energies? Do you want more balanced energy? Five of Cups. What are you open to here? What are you open to, Scorpio? Because I've got this feeling, and I don't think it's in all of your life. I think you've just become out of balance in one part of your life, maybe in the romance part, or maybe in the fun factor, or maybe, the seriousness and stuff like that. You got to become so out of balance that something comes in that's the opposite, and you're on the verge of throwing all of your stability away, all of the good things in your life away, just because you've been so out of balance and you want to choose this other thing. And so you're open to that, is what I'm saying here. The Queen of Emotions is just open to that energy because she's had so little of it in her life. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're in a relationship. It's all very stable and life is good, but it's kind of boring. And your partner hasn't been that emotionally available to you, meaning like you can't really share your emotions that much with them. There's not that loving and nurturing thing, say, that you have got going with your friends. Then someone comes into your life, a younger man or something like that, younger woman, come into your life and you're having a lot of fun with them, and so you've got a vibe going on, and then they listen to you emotionally. You're going to be susceptible to that because it's something that's been lacking in your relationships. Now, what is that a sign of? Is it to have this person as a third wheel come in? No, not really. I mean, you might want to do that, but it might be to address the fact that you're missing out on that in your current relationship or finding it in someone else. I mean, it just depends, doesn't it? It's a gee, Pat, it's things are really in the balance. I can't say what I would do because this is all hypothetical. I try and find balance in my life as much as I can in myself. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to help you out with this more than just pointing it out to you like this. Just be careful. Be careful. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Be careful. Go into this with the eyes wide open. The ramifications, the possible ramifications of it. You could have a lot to lose. Notice what you've got to lose here. She's got a pot of rainbows here, but she's noticing what she's got to lose here. That is wise advice this time. That card is often negative, right? Stop focusing on what you're losing. Notice that pot of rainbows next to you. This is the opposite. You've got a pot of rainbows coming in, and this is like, warning. Are you throwing away all of the rainbows you created in your life just for this? Just because this is the opposite of one little bit of your life that's been out of balance? Be careful. What's going on in your love life? Intrigue. What's going on in your love life, Scorpio? Wow, I wonder how this kind of energy is going to play out in your week. Let me know in the comments what's going on for you. Is it a new lover coming in, or is it a new friend coming in? I don't know. Unrequited love. Keep an open mind. Oh, see, this reading isn't helping, is it? It's not going to give you the answers. Unrequited love. You're feeling a lack of love in your life, and then someone sparks you, gets you excited again, and you're feeling something again, and it's like, oh, do you have an affair? This isn't to test you. This isn't to, it's to point out an imbalance that you've got in your life, something that's lacking in your life, something that you're feeling is lacking in your life. That's what it's about. How can you claim that energy for yourself? Does it have to be with this person that comes in? It can be. I'm not saying like don't get it from this person. I'm not saying that at all, but keep an open mind. Or is it unrequited love? Or have you been in an unrequited love relationship? If you could, there's all kinds of possibilities here. It's going to be on an individual basis. You might want to get a private reading to get to the bottom of this. But yeah, or better still, decipher it for yourself, know thyself, and really delve into it. However, being out of balance, is this really right for me? What is this hole that seems to be filled here? How did I develop that hole in the first place? Am I throwing away everything that I've worked toward? If we're talking about work here, this is you could have been working a long time in a job, but getting really bored in that job. And then someone says, I'm starting this company up. Do you want to jump on in there with me? You get all excited about it. And then you like go back to your husband and your wife and say, I'm going to quit my job and do this new thing. And they're like, whoa, risky. Why? Oh, and a feeling because I have a great time with them. Watch out. So what is it that you're lacking there? You've got bored in your job. Does that mean to throw it all away and put yourself in a risky situation? Maybe it does, but maybe it's not too. Maybe your excitement of that business opportunity or whatever, it's just that. It's that you're like, you needed a shake up. This could be a big shake up. You need to get really clear. A personal issue reaches resolution in your love life. So if we're talking about love life stuff here, you're going to find a resolution to it, but eyes wide open, Scorpio, this week. We don't want to be silly, right? We want to know ourselves and not be silly like a kid. This is kid energy. Just going like, do you want a lolly? Yes! The adult goes, well, no, I don't want sugar because it's bad for me. Purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. Make the right decision for yourself. Freedom. You might need to have freedom from something. This could be pointing out where you're feeling restricted in your life or feeling really low vibe in your life, and you might need to Release any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations and be open. I mean, we've got that there. Keep an open mind. You might need to do that. It's on an individual basis, remember. In the past, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations and energy. Now, it couldn't be that. It could be that. You've got to be really honest with yourself, Scorpio. Put it down in the comments as well. Have you allowed things, have you stayed in your comfort zone so much that you've allowed things to get really stagnant and low energy in your life instead of allowing movement and change to come through all the time? Then you could get into a really low vibe, and then the universe shows you the opposite of that, and you're like, woo, I'm going to sell all my stuff and move across. I tell you, it's got midlife crisis written all over it, this reading. It's exactly that energy. It's when someone's let themselves get so out of balance that you get to the midlife, and it's not about midlife, it's about how long something has been out of balance for. It's like health. It's not about having that one lolly, it's about all the sugar that you've eaten in the last 30 years, all accumulating up to the point of diabetes. Yeah, it's how long you've been letting it go on. So it's a midlife crisis because you've been letting an imbalance build and build and build and build for so long. But then you see something that's opposite and you go for it. You take that break for freedom. I've never had this come up in a reading before. I've never had like the midlife crisis kind of energy come up in a reading before, or really delved into what it is actually about. An imbalance that has been let linger for too long, because I just don't do that myself. I make good decisions for myself, and I move forward in life, and that's why I've got a youthful energy at 50, because I'm still riding around on my back like I did when I was a kid, because I love doing that, and I'm never going to give it up just because I'm getting old in numbers of years that I've been living. And I still do the things that I love, and I make sure that I've got change in my life, because I know myself, and I'm constantly questioning my energy and seeking that balance. So you've got beautiful uncaging of your heart here. So it's important information coming through to you about imbalances that you've got, and it's going to unleash your heart of what it is that you really want. Earth magic. Something magical is happening. I mean, it might seem like a test, yes, and it could be scary, risky, whatever. But like I said, it's important information that's coming through for you this week. Touch of magic comes in. The universe stirs you up. What energies do you need to tap into within yourself this week, Scorpio? Self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, so this new thing that's coming in, it's not about you shutting it down and going, no, I must not have that thing, I must not have that thing. If we push stuff down like that, it's going to come out. And I think that's what's happening for you here. When we push stuff down, it's like, no, I don't want that lolly, I don't want that sugar, I don't want that sugar. What are you going to do? You're going to binge later on, because that longing is still going to be there. You've got a longing this week. Ooh. So it's not about you saying, I don't need this, and I don't need fun, and I don't need freedom, and I don't need whatever it is, this excitement that's coming in. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. Receive it, uncage your heart, but be careful about it too, of going to the opposite extreme, of throwing away everything that you've worked so hard to get. What else do Scorpios need to know? Oh, wow, I've just realized something in my personal life with a Scorpio. Whoa. Okay. Oh, that's big. Oh no. Seriously, is that what's going on? That's scary. Okay, let me know what's going on in the comments. Might be able to give me some a window of awareness into what's going on with my person here. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. You might want to cut your losses and move forward. But the clause says, be careful, do not take risks. Like I've been saying, you might not want to take that risk. Is it worth it? You've got a lot of thinking to do this week. You've got a bridge here, successfully overcoming a problem. You will get through this, but I would take your time with it, Scorpio. I'd be sure. It's a time to go out and have fun. But is it though? It kind of is, but is it? Scorpio! Wow. Okay, there you go. I'm kind of nervous for you. I'm not nervous for you. I'm more nervous for my person who is a Scorpio, because this very well could be my guides telling me about what's going on with them. There you go. Let me know what's going on in the comments below, and well, if you want to share it publicly, that is. Um, and while you're down there, click that like button on this. It really helps me out, because YouTube will show more people my readings, and I would like you to help me out in that, because I'm doing all of this and putting so much work in, and it's really heart destroying when YouTube only show like a handful of people and the numbers are really low. Because I work really hard at this. So if you're getting benefit from it, please make sure that you click like and you click that subscribe button and that notification bell down there as well. And the more comments on my videos, the better as well, because YouTube will go, oh, they're actually liking her content instead of just ignoring it. So thank you for doing that. If you're doing that for me, it's very much appreciated. Your help getting my channel going. And have the best week ever. Be careful, Scorpio. And I will see you tomorrow in the daily energy update.